Hello everyone. Although she writes under the pen name J.K. Rowling, pronounced like Rowling, her name when her first Harry Potter book was published was simply Joanne Rowling. Join us to explore the beautiful quotes of J.K. Rowling. It will help you overcome obstacles in life. Let's get it on. If you want to know what a man's like, take a good look at how he treats his inferiors, not his equals. It is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to our enemies, but just as much to stand up to our friends. Of course it is happening inside your head, Harry, but why on earth should that mean that it is not real? To the well-organized mind, death is but the next great adventure. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. Do not pity the dead, Harry. Pity the living, and above all those who live without love. The truth, Dumbledore sighed. It is a beautiful and terrible thing, and should therefore be treated with great caution. Numbing the pain for a while will make it worse when you finally feel it. Just because you have the emotional range of a teaspoon doesn't mean we all have. We're all human, aren't we? Every human life is worth the same and worth saving. Indifference and neglect often do much more damage than outright dislike. Wit beyond measure is man's greatest treasure. We are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. He can run faster than Severus Snape confronted with shampoo. It is the unknown we fear when we look upon death and darkness, nothing more. Not my daughter, you bitch. Percy wouldn't notice a joke if it danced naked in front of him, wearing one of Dobby's hats. Books are like mirrors. If a fool looks in, you cannot expect a genius to look out. You haven't got a letter on yours, George observed. I suppose she thinks you don't forget your name. But we're not stupid, we know we're called Gred and Forge. You know, Minister, I disagree with Dumbledore on many counts, but you cannot deny he's got style. Let us step into the night and pursue that flighty temptress, adventure. Fear of a name increases fear of the thing itself. We do not need magic to transform our world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. Dumbledore says people find it far easier to forgive others for being wrong than being right. I don't believe in the kind of magic in my books, but I do believe something very magical can happen when you read a good book. Things we lose have a way of coming back to us in the end, if not always in the way we expect. Holy? You have the whole world of ear-related humor before you. You go for holy. The thing about growing up with Fred and George, said Ginny thoughtfully, is that you sort of start thinking anything's possible if you've got enough nerve. Understanding is the first step to acceptance, and only with acceptance can there be recovery. Oh well. I'd just been thinking, if you had died, you'd have been welcome to share my toilet. Yeah, Quirrell was a great teacher. There was just that minor drawback of him having Lord Voldemort sticking out of the back of his head. It is my belief that the truth is generally preferable to lies. Of all the trees we could have hit, we had to get one that hits back. He was my mum and dad's best friend. He's a convicted murderer, but he's broken out of wizard prison and he's on the run. He likes to keep in touch with me, though keep up with my news check if I'm happy. Happiness can be found, even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light. There are some things you can't share without ending up liking each other, and knocking out a 12-foot mountain troll is one of them. Youth cannot know how age thinks and feels. But old men are guilty if they forget what it was to be young. Honestly, if you were any slower, you'd be going backward. It is a curious thing, Harry, but perhaps those who are best suited to power are those who have never sought it. Those who, like you, have leadership thrust upon them and take up the mantle because they must, and find to their own surprise that they wear it well. Ah, music, he said, wiping his eyes. A magic beyond all we do here. The scar had not pained Harry for 19 years. All was well. Ginny said, Mr. Weasley, flabbergasted. Haven't I taught you anything? What have I always told you? Never trust anything that can think for itself if you can't see where it keeps its brain. What happened down in the dungeons between you and Professor Quirrell is a complete secret, so naturally the whole school knows. I hope you're pleased with yourselves. We could all have been killed or worse, expelled. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to bed. We do not need magic to transform our world. We carry all of the power we need inside ourselves already. I'm going to keep going until I succeed or die. Don't think I don't know how this might end. I've known it for years. You think the dead we loved ever truly leave us? You think that we don't recall them more clearly in times of great trouble. But Dumbledore says he doesn't care what they do as long as they don't take him off the chocolate frog cards. To hurt is as human as to breathe. Whereas Wood, said Harry, suddenly realizing he wasn't there. Differences of habit and language are nothing at all if our aims are identical and our hearts are open. From now on, I don't care if my tea leaves spell die. Ron, die, I'm chucking them in the bin where they belong. Does it hurt? The childish question had escaped Harry's lips before he could stop it. Sometimes you remind me a lot of James. He called it my furry little problem in company. Many people were under the impression that I owned a badly behaved rabbit. Words are, in my not-so-humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic, capable of both inflicting injury and remedying it. According to Madame Pomfrey, thoughts could leave deeper scars than almost anything else. You should write a book, Ron told Hermione as he cut up his potatoes, translating mad things girls do so boys can understand them. There is no good and evil, there is only power, and those too weak to seek it. There's always room for a story that can transport people to another place. Harry was left to ponder in silence the depths to which girls would sink to get revenge. Every second he breathed, the smell of the grass, the cool air on his face, was so precious to think that people had years and years, time to waste, so much time it dragged, and he was clinging to each second. We did it, we bashed them, we Potters the one, and Voldy's gone moldy, so now let's have fun. Snape's Patronus was a doe, said Harry, the same as my mother's because he loved her for nearly all of his life, from when they were children. Dumbledore will only leave from Hogwarts when there are none loyal to him. Whether you come back by page or by the big screen, Hogwarts will always be there to welcome you home. Thank you for watching the entire video. Please comment to let us know. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest videos. See you soon.